Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Remember, if you love film, gaming, or television content, please consider clicking that subscribe button because we are going to talk about some extremely interesting news. So, let's get into it. So, as you can tell by the title of this video, the news is that there is a remake of the cult classic film The Room with Bob Odenkirk set to star. Yes, the man who played Saul Goodman is playing Johnny, who was played by Tommy Wiseau in the original. I have a lot of thoughts towards this, and some of it's going to sound backward, but The Room is a film that is so hard to say what it really is. So if you don't know, The Room has longly been considered since its release that it is the worst film ever made. And it has grown to be quite a phenomenon over the years. There is the obvious quality of the movie, which is so laughably bad that it kind of loops all the way back around and becomes a really enjoyable film because it's just so funny to watch. There are screenings all over the world, still to this day, of The Room because everyone just loves watching this disaster of a movie. I myself have the very rare Blu-ray, and it is one of my favorite Blu-rays that I own because the movie's just so fun. The story behind how this movie got made is also extremely interesting, with James Franco's The Disaster Artist diving into the real story of how this movie got made. Now we move to this apparent remake, which just kind of came out of nowhere. Bob Odenkirk announced this as if this was no big deal, but I think so many people are going to watch this movie the minute it comes out to see what it's going to be. And he says he put a lot of effort into this role, which makes this even more interesting. Now, the main thing that goes through my mind when I hear this news is that The Room feels potentially near impossible to remake because of the circumstances it took to make this film, and the way it is made feels only unique to that movie. So many of these moments were full of people who genuinely wanted to make a great movie in The Room. They were trying to make something that could win Oscars, as Tommy Wiseau personally paid for this movie at a big loss to him for this to stay in theaters for the minimum amount of time that it takes to be eligible for Oscar nominations. We all know Bob Odenkirk is a fantastic actor. He is most known for playing Saul Goodman in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, where he is truly masterful in that role. I respect the hell out of him as an actor, and I know he does have a sense of humor from his comedy background. However, the fact that you have a quality actor behind this and probably a solid cast and director, we don't know that yet because this news is very fresh, but I think that the more quality that's added to this film, that will kind of work against this remake in many ways. This will probably feel like more of a quality film, and yes, 99.9% of circumstances, that is exactly what we want. I'm looking for a film with quality and heart behind it. From the early news that we have received, this may have a good combination of both. However, The Room just isn't that kind of movie. The charm of this is how horrifically incompetent it is on every single level. It became the greatest unintentional comedy of all time. So how do you really capture that essence when you have such a quality backing for this project? Overall, I just don't know. Will I see it? Absolutely I will, because this sounds like such an interesting project, and it would be crazy if this remake was so good that it got awards attention or something, like The Disaster Artist did. But as I have mentioned, that's not what makes The Room special in so many people's eyes. That film is both a 1 out of 5 and a 5 out of 5 at the same time, and you just need to watch it to understand that. So I think capturing that vibe and the type of movie that it is, it's a very hard task that I think may make this the most difficult remake in recent years, but I hope they pull it off. Anyway, that's just my quick thoughts towards this. I can't really go in depth here because we virtually know nothing. It's all just speculation here. But join me in the conversation below. What do you think of this remake? And if you've seen The Room, how do you think that this remake will go? This is all speculation, as I said. We know nothing about this project, but it is going to be a fun one to follow in terms of its progress. I have a lot of fun content coming in the next week. So to see all that, remember to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.